Legend of the Phoenix, Children of the Sun. The legend of Hou Yi, also known as Yi, who shot down the 10 sons, may have preserved the record of how the Austronesian bird tribes developed the government system of a pan-regional center for a group of elite leaders ruling over multiple satellite communities. The names give clues to who this legendary archer was. The Yi were the foreign tribes who lived in the eastern portion of China. There were many different tribes of Yi during the Zhou period, the most important of which were the Tai Hou Yi and the Xiao Hou Yi. Tai Hou, exceedingly vast brilliance, or senior of the bright heavens, identified with Fu Si, aka Noah, was the primary patriarch of the Yi tribes, and the second ancestral deity that affected the course of Yi Austronesian bird tribe history was Xiao Hao, lesser vast brilliance, or junior of the bright heavens. The ancient character Ho was used to refer to the heir of a ruler, similar to the title Xiao Hao, that implies that he was the lesser or junior of his predecessor. Yi was composed of the character for wing feathers, with Gong, which was a character of 2 hands lifting up. His name would then have meant the ruling heir who raised up the feathered peoples. The name Yi identifies him as one of the non-Chinese tribes from the east. According to myth, it was during the reign of Emperor Yao that there were 10 sons who took turns illuminating the earth. But one day, they all decided to come out together, which caused chaos. Crops failed, people suffered, and the earth burned. Hou Yi reported the matter to the Jade Emperor, requesting permission to shoot them down in order to save the world. The Jade Emperor, ruler of heaven, tried to reason with his grandchildren, the 10 sons, who refused to listen. Receiving permission from heaven, Hou Yi pleaded with the sons one last time before he started to shoot. Seeing that reasoning was of no use, Hou Yi drew his bow, shooting 9 arrows that hit 9 sons. As each son fell to the ground, it turned into a 3-legged raven. The 10th son was so frightened that he ran away and hid in a cave. Without a sun, the world became cold and dark, yet the terrified son refused to come out until the rooster climbed to the top of his roost and shouted, "Kuka, kuka," or brother, which caused the sun to emerge. And that's why, whenever rooster crows, brother in the morning, the sun rises to greet them. The 10 sons were offspring of Dijun, god of the eastern heaven. The 10 sunbirds resided in a mulberry tree in the eastern sea. Each day, one of the sunbirds would be rostered to travel around the world on a carriage, driven by the deity Si He, the mother of the suns. Dijun, father of the 10 sons, was the one who provided the bow to Hou Yi. But Hou Yi was the god of archery and was supposedly the inventor of the bow. Why would he need someone else to give him a bow? Both the Shuowen Jezi and the Classic of Rites agreed that it was the Yi who had invented the bow and arrow. Another issue that confuses scholars was that Dijun did not punish Hou Yi for what he had done to his sons. If Hou Yi was just another name given to Dijun, whose primary wife was Si He, goddess of the sun, and secondary wife was Chang'e, goddess of the moon, then it becomes clearer. Another myth of Hou Yi gives the story of how Chang'e, his wife, became goddess of the moon after drinking the elixir of immortality. Either the moon goddess was wife to both Hou Yi and Dijun at the same time, or we come to the conclusion that they were the same person. Dijun, handsome emperor, could have been used to explain the attraction of the 2 goddesses that had numerous children with him, 10 with the sun goddess and 12 with the moon goddess. Therefore, Dijun, taking on the role as the divine archer, Hou Yi, had taken responsibility to fix the chaos caused by what may have been bloody power struggles within his tribal family groups. Each child of the sun goddess may have founded a tribal family, resulting in 10 tribes. Should the children have been as prolific as their father, they would soon be vying for the best portion of land and resources. When all 10 decided to fight for supremacy, then it would have resulted in death and destruction, with the agricultural community unable to cultivate grain in peace. Seeing the suffering of his descendants, Di Jun may have consulted with the primary ancestor deity Fu Si, the Jade Emperor, who finally allowed him to resort to violence when reasoning wouldn't work. Quickly and decisively the divine archer subdued 9 of the tribes, and as each bright sun fell, they turned into dark, 3-legged crows. According to the Shuo and Jie, the crow was symbolic of an obedient bird. The last Sun tribe had hidden to escape from their father's wrath, but the rooster that called him brother could have represented his 9 brothers who had been transformed into birds, urging that they join together to light up the world, flying over it as the children of the sun. Di Jun was seen as the god of the eastern heaven, and his children lived in the eastern sea. During the reign of Emperor Yao, when these events occurred, the eastern territories were known to belong to the Yi. The title God of the Eastern Heaven would appropriately be due to the Yi ancestor deity Hou, also known as Di Zi. Ji, sincere, was composed of the character Ji, which was used to mean uncompromising, capture in battle, take charge of, over the character for hand. Thus, Hou, Di Ji, Di Jun, Yi, and Hou Yi may have referred to one and the same historical character. For Hou Yi's service to the human realm, Emperor Yao bestowed on him the title of Marquis, pacifier of the country. The official title Hou, or Marquis, was used during the Western Zhou dynasty for the regional ruler of the East. Regarding Hou Yi, the classic Shang Shu notes that Yi, actually Yan, the king of the birds, the phoenix, was entrusted by Yu the Great with important government tasks. Hou, ancestor deity of the eastern Yi bird tribes, was said to have reigned over his tribes for 84 years, dramatically reorganizing the clans of his 10 children into what had been considered official state offices, which he named Windbird Clan, Blackbird Clan, Clan of the High Lords, Bluebird Clan, Redbird Clan, Sacrificial Bird Clan, Dove Clan, Pigeon Clan, Brilliant Bird Clan, Falcon Dove Clan. With the use of the word clan to describe each state office, there's an implication that each office could have been composed of a group with at least one representative from each of the 10 tribal families. The Windbird clan could have been the chiefs of all the offices. We are told that the chieftains of the Tai Hou Yi bore the family name Feng and were said to have lived together in a land southeast of China. Myths tell us that the eyes of the phoenix were the sun, representing the sun-like ancestor deities and their sun goddess mother. The back of the phoenix was the moon, the secondary wife Chang'e and her 12 children, and the wings of the phoenix was the wind, the chosen clan of tribal chiefs that governed over the 9 Austronesian bird tribes. Wind appropriately described the Austronesian leaders, who would serve to be the invisible force beneath their wings, filling their sails and bringing them where they needed to go. But winds also had the power to punish and devastate them should they disobey. Emperor Di considered the Gongzheng Ministry of Works and Nongzheng Ministry of Agriculture of great importance. This value was corroborated by archaeological discoveries of large-scale public works and rice cultivation found in the Hemudu and Liangzhou culture sites, a value which continued in the culture of the Austronesian peoples. These events may explain the unusual Neolithic political structure of a pan-regional central city of a ruling elite that governed over numerous satellite communities, such as we have found in the ancient Austronesian Liangzhou culture, walled city built around the time of Emperor Yao's reign. The Liangzhou culture emerged at the Liangzhou city site, a pan-regional urban center with a sphere of influence that stretched as far north as Shanxi and as far south as Guangdong. The culture developed a monumental water culture, engineering advanced structures, hydraulics, and a complex system of navigable canals, dams, and water reservoirs that made it possible to cultivate very large agricultural areas throughout the year. DG's remarkable work in reorganizing the children of the sun into the birds who would follow the path of that golden orb over the waters of the earth appears to have been very effective. The Shuowenjie, an ancient character dictionary, defines Yi as Ping, peaceful, non-Chinese tribes of the Eastern Quarter.